years, and it's not racist, and I know y'all have been told this is racist, but it's not racist to call black people out for their behavior and what they're doing to society at this moment. I'm glad people are noticing this because it's been so many years and it's finally catching up to y'all. I've been trying to tell y'all that white people are tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all too, but everybody, the world is getting sick of y'all and y'all's bullshit. I'm so glad this day is here. I've been trying to get out there that you people need help. Not just me, but me and other black conservatives. We've been trying to warn society that this is what it's going to come to when y'all keep coddling black people. They're going to see themselves as higher ups. They're going to see themselves as untouchable because the world wants to not be racist towards them. It's not racist, and I know y'all have been told this is racist, but it's not. It's not racist to call black people out for their behavior. And
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Shit. Oh, I gotta go. 1 second, brothers. I gotta go back to the crib. Wherever it may be. This is a lesson to the spirit. Black fatigue is this pretty much this ordeal going around on social media titled Black Fatigue, when other races around the world, including other Israelites, are getting tired of you Israelites or you so-called black people. This has been going viral for, I'm gonna say, maybe about a month or so, a couple of months maybe, but now, you know, we're just getting whiff of it when there's a bunch of white people, white people, Edomites to be specific, that's basically had enough of the wickedness of you Jakes, man. And you know what? I can't really blame them. Okay, I can't say that I disagree, because everywhere where you Jakes go, there's always some form of confusion, some form of wickedness, debauchery, loud behavior, erratic behavior, and the list goes on. And it's nothing nobody can really tell you, man. You know, every time I go on social media, whether it be on, you know, whichever platform, there's always a bunch of bonnet hat wearing Jake women fighting and all this other shit going on. You know, niggas shooting each other. Like, I saw a video the other day of this one Jake, and I guess he was asking the woman and the man if they wanted to buy some weed, and I guess the nigga got offended at that. So the dude that was asking the people or the woman if she wanted some weed got put to death by this one Jake that was with the woman. I guess he was in the passenger side of the vehicle, and then he just went out and shot this dude in the head and shot him like 4 or 5 times in the body. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Give me 1 second. Slakia, give me a minute. Oh, fuck. Yeah, basically, so what happened was, long story short, is that he just put this dude right to death, because I was assuming that he thought the dude was trying to talk to his woman, which if you see this woman, you would literally shake your head, because, I mean, she was nearly not half enough to be somebody for a Jake to be crashing out for. I mean, when you look at her, man, she literally looks like Cookie Monster with some micro braids in and a goddamn wig on. And this dude literally just crashed out and getting ready to do his entire bid in prison, all because he killed the Jake because he was just trying to sell some weed, which, you know, that's the spirit of the Lord, because, you know, you being a sorcerer or whatever, you selling shit. But the point is, you kill this dude in cold blood, and you wonder why the world is getting tired of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Slakia, give me 1 second. I'm trying to do 20 things at once.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
You know, another day running around.
Right?
Yeah. So anyway, long story short, man, he basically put this dude to death because I guess he thought he was trying to talk to his woman, and he shot this dude right on camera. Now he's getting ready to spend his entire life in prison behind crashing out on some fucking woman, you know. That's a lot, kid, man. I had to run back to the crib for something, so that's my bad. But anyway, so yeah, man, you know, black fatigue is real. And honestly speaking, I don't disagree with what this young lady is saying. Even though, you know, you have a lot of jakes that want to call themselves black conservatives. Okay, whatever. But at the end of the day, you preaching black fatigue, we're all put in that same category, man. Because as a collective, the nations hate our people, according to Psalms the 8th chapter. Okay, they should a tumult, man, you know, that the name of Israel should be no more remembrance, because the whole ordeal is to do away with our people economically, spiritually, and soon to be physically, because Esau has declared war on the tribes. All right, so let me bring this precept out real quick and I'll get another video. But this has been circulating around for some time and you got a bunch of Edomites hopping on TikTok saying their displeasure with you jakes, and then you got other jakes that's trying to justify certain behaviors, which I'm not going to justify. Big Shirley and bonnet hat wearing jake women fighting, and every time you see a video, it's our people that's doing the bullshit, man. Now don't get it twisted, other nations do fight too, and they do, you know, they're in some cases and forms they're a lot wilder than Jake, but the light is shed on you niggas, man, because between the two, well, all the nations, Jacob and Esau, we're the ones that stand out the most, because this movie is directly centered around our people. That's the thesis of the Bible. All right, so this is Lamentations 4:1. It says, how has the gold become dim, and how is the most fine gold changed? Right, and the Most High compared us to gold, really the men. All right, it says the stones of the sanctuary are poured out at the top of every street, and the stones of the sanctuary starts with the Israelite men. And it says the precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers? It says the work of the hands of the potter. Yeah, because this is like, how can the Lord's Jews, the Lord's people, be esteemed as earthen vessels, man, when we were literally created to be gods on the planet Earth, man? You know, so our people are totally destroyed. So next video.
What the reality? So what's the solution?
And also fair use, fair use, fair use. I get no money from these videos. Fair use, fair use, fair use. This is not to profit or make any money or any particular profiting off the videos. This is just informing a group of people about ordeals that's taking place in the world regarding biblical prophecy. All right, so here we go.
Well, the solution is for black people to acknowledge that they have a problem. Our culture is a problem. The way that we handle ourselves and handle issues is a problem. Black people need to stop acting as if there is nothing wrong with us, that we are perfect and nothing can be done wrong by black people. We need to stop putting our faith and value in entertainers. They give us a poor representation, a poor image. We need to redefine the objectives and roles of both men and women within the black community. We need to put more value in education, not sports, and not rapping, not fucking dope dealing and doing bullshit. Our entire collective consciousness and our focus needs to change if we want to do better. People are tired of dealing with niggas and nigga shit. Black fatigue is a collective...
Yeah, he's absolutely right. Niggas are tired of dealing with nigga shit. You got other Jakes calling out other Jakes, but when you call out Jake, oh, you can't say that. How come nobody can hold you accountable, man? Okay, because our people are just fucking rebellious, and that's just the end of the day. Like, I hate going in a restaurant and ain't nothing but a bunch of niggas in there. Like, I was at a little, I think I told the story, I was at an eating spot Sunday, just, you know, give me a little quick bite, and it was a bunch of fucking moles that just started like hovering around and shit, man. And it was niggas, man. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this? You know what I'm saying? I'm getting vexed in the spirit to the point I literally wanted to take my food and leave that goddamn place, man. But the spirit got them from around me. But the point is, it just enough is enough, you know. Every time you look up, there's a video of you twerking and just acting like a bunch of demons, man. A black woman, like you got that video with the Lululemon when a bunch of black hyenas was, and that's exactly what you are, black people, okay? Because we can't tell you nothing else. You want to be black so bad, then fine, be black people. But you got that Lululemon shit when a bunch of women get mad because they was like, well, the clothes were designed for women as fit. And they get offended at that, like Tommy Hilfiger. All right, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, which technically all those are Jake designs, because if you look at the first concept of a Versace or a Versace design, it goes back into slavery when Jake was knitting those designs together, man. You know, but the people that patent off our inventions, basically they said, well, look, it's not for you. All right, this is for our people. You can't even afford it. You know, and then what they do, a bunch of hyenas, they go in a store that sells Lululemon and they're popping. I'm talking about these are women in their late teens, early 20s, mid to late 30s, early 40s, acting like a bunch of baboons, man. And this is why we don't have no dealings with you black people. Okay, this is why we disassociate ourselves with your kind, because I mean, you a fucking embarrassment, man. All right, and yeah, black fatigue is real, and we gonna be the one that called it out. Edomite fatigue is real too, but you niggas, man, you just on a whole different level of wickedness, bro. You know, let's start at verses 8. It says, their visage is blacker than coal, and they are not known in the streets. Nobody acknowledge you as being the true and holy people of the Lord, man. And subconsciously in the spirit, they know. But, I mean, you're not walking around with that badge of righteousness on you. So you think the other nations are going to be quick to clothe you with the garments of righteousness when they can speak ill about you? Hell no, they're not going to do that, man. Because they like, if you're the people of the Lord, then why you acting like that? Why you in the ghettos? Why are your women hoes? Which goes back to the curses, ultimately. Because the reason why people are in this type of mindset is because of the curses. You know? But still, you know, we have to tell you to do better, right? But it says here, their skin cleaving into their bones, and they wither, and they becoming slick. And they that be slain with the sword are better. Nah, that's a whole different point. All right? But going down to verse 10, it says, the hands of the pitiful women have sided their own children. Yeah, man. Because, you know, our women, they totally castrate their men, their sons, even though this is going back into when they were eating their kids. But the black woman, the Hispanic woman, the Native American woman, they're through. And my next video that I'm going to do is a video that was uploaded by the brother Ariel Kayabal. I think it's Ariel Kayabal, if I'm not mistaken. Salaki, brother, if I got your tag wrong. But it's a video that was going around, and it shows our people smitten with madness. All right? But it says here, and they were meat for their own destruction of the daughter of my people. It says, for the Lord have accomplished his fury, and have poured out his fierce anger, and have kindled a fire in Zion, and have devoured the foundations thereof, man. Yeah. And this is why Jake act like a bunch of degenerates, man. So let's see what else we can find. So, yeah. Black fatigue is definitely real.
Everyone in the country,
The thing about the black fatigue, we know and we understand, and y'all have been saying the quiet part out loud for decades at this point.
Yeah.
It really came to a head in the Shiloh Hendrix situation.
Did you call the child the word? It is my own business. You call him a Okay, why don't you have the boss say it right now again?
This is why God don't put me in.
Yeah.
And a lot of that, it just flat out hatred, because they do hate our people. All right, but when you look at some of the, and I'm driving now, so I can't really pull up a lot of the footage. But if you go on, one thing you got to do is go online and you see Bonnet Chronicles. Bonnet Chronicles, we call it. Bonnet Chronicles. You know, when a bunch of chicks with bonnets on their head are fighting and kicking and shouting. And it's
I done got into a verbal altercation at the Walmart. Okay.
Let's see what it is. Let's see if we can find something.
I don't come on this platform.
Let me mute this shit, because, you know. Black women. And then the men ain't no better either, man. Like, it was a video that this Keisha was fighting two other Keishas, and they was beating her up. And these niggas just sitting there egging the shit on, man. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting there egging it and instigating. These are grown-ass men. It's just enough is enough, man. You know. I can't really find anything that's really good. I mean, they all over the internet. And like I said, I'm driving, so I can't really I can't really get to it the way I need to, but you brothers know what I speak about, man. You know, we see it all the time. Just click on Facebook and you will see exactly what we're talking about, man. And it's just like, what the fuck? Black ghetto graduate. Yeah, this is a good one here. A bunch of these little when a bunch of these little hoes, they graduated, you know, surprisingly, you know, because the graduating class for Jake now is like literally under 50%. You know, they say 81% of Jakes drop out of college or don't go to college, but graduation turned into a ghetto party. And I get it, you know, you're celebrating and, you know, everybody do their little dances, but even then, have some type of dignity. You know, say that shit for the house or the house party you gonna go to. But peep this. See shit like that, and these girls are 17 at the most, 18. Some of them probably graduated early. And what you notice, they all got hair weaves on, man. You know, hair weaves on. And that's just the reality of it, man. It's just a bunch of ratchetness going on at the end of the day. All right. So this is the book of Jeremiah 5, and I'm gonna start at verses 20. It says, "Declare this in the house of Jacob and publish it in Judah, saying, hear this now, O foolish people, and without understanding." Okay, and the Lord referred to you people as a bunch of fools, man, because the scriptures say you are wise to do evil, but to do good you have no knowledge. Okay, you don't consider the fact that you're doing evil intentionally, you know, like it says you're wise to do evil, and it says here this, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not. Yeah, you see the prophets, you hear what we're saying, but you're not trying to take it into consideration as far as your behaviors, but instead you're adding insult to injury. Then you get disrespectful when people call it out. So yeah, black fatigue is definitely real, and honestly speaking, I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm tired of you niggas, man. I'm tired of being around you. I don't want to live around you. I don't want to be nowhere in the vicinity of those of you that act like straight hyenas, man. Now you got Jakes out there that, you know, that do, you know, that go to work and, you know, they live among themselves and they're pretty peaceful. You know, those, you know, it's pretty cool. But even then, they have relatives and their families that can cause ruckus and chaos, man. So when you see a nigga move in the hood, just know that you're going to have other hyenas that's going to be around the vicinity, man, which makes it a lot worse for you know, the people that's trying to be productive, man. You know, but it says here, fear ye not me, says the Lord. And it says, and will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by the perpetual decree, that it cannot pass, and though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet they cannot prevail, though they roar, yet they cannot overpass it. But it says, but this people have a revolting and a rebellious heart, and they are revolted and gone. And this is why you see what you saw at that ghetto ass graduation, when a bunch of young hyenas twerking, weaves everywhere. I mean, these are women that's 17 years old and they can't grow proper hair, man, because the curses that hit them too. You know, just like, what the fuck? You know? But anyway, it says, neither say in their heart, let us now fear the Lord our power, because they don't fear Yahweh Bashim Hawashai. And it says, and that give it rain, both the former and latter, and in this season he reserved unto us the appointed weeks for harvest. But it says, your iniquities have turned away these things. The fuck are you looking at, man? And it says, and that's what I'm saying, niggas is mean mugging you, just because. But it says, your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins have withholding good things from you. And this is why you Jakes are on the bottom. It says, for among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait, and he that setteth snares, they set a trap, and they catch men. Yeah, it says, among my people are wicked men. You know? Matter of fact, let's look this up, then I'll shut it down. Lululemon ratchets. Yep. And this lady here, I like her content. She'd be pretty cool. Just a girl talk. But she was showing these hyenas. Look at her with her leg in the air, dancing and popping and all types of wicked shit, man. You know? Ghetto fights. Peep this. 2 niggas. Hood fight gone bad. Look at this. Ratchets, bam. And you already know what they getting ready to do. A bunch of hyenas. Eyelashes, weaves. And the list goes on, man. You know, this is just our people there and under the curses. It's a horrible state we in, and this is why we got to get the hell up out of here. All right, because nobody wants to restore Jake, man. Isaiah 1:3, it says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel do not know. My people doth not consider. They don't consider. It says, a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger, and they have gone away backwards. Okay, yeah, because Jake is just totally off, man. I mean, any hood you go, you can find his behavior. But it says, why should you be stricken anymore? It says, you will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint. Yeah, your mental problems, the demons, you know. And it says, the sole of the foot, even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment, man. All right. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. All praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Lord's will, you're edified. Until the next lesson. Shalom.